teachers
Tumawag
team.
si Ma'am Ernst.
Mag-position po tayo nagtamo
Mapasalamatan sa Ginoo nga nakakaroon o bisan sa mga nangaging mga pagkabot, itagaan na niya of time to meet and discuss this matter. Ako personally, very thankful kay nasingit ako ng activity in mapasalamatan ko sa mga kinabuhi sa pagdulog karong panahon na ako sa explain sa inyo what is lesson study all about. So lesson study has two targets. No? We will use this one as our last session. We will be given certificate for this. And ako ay kay Ma'am Ben. So it is a focus group discussion to answer the need for the grade 8 learner. Pwede na ito magamit sa bisan asa nga subject area. For this case, I will be using this one for the grade 8 science research study. So, duha ang purpose. The first one is for the science team and the second one is for my thesis. So, ang pasiguan pinapaanin para masunod siya sa time frame sa thesis na po. So, salamat kayo sa inyong pag-response. For this moment, you will be called as the focus group to enter into the focus group discussion. So, let me start with what is lesson study. So, lesson study originally is a pedagogical strategy in Japan. It originates in Japan, which tries to express the thoughts that learners are the target of the lesson. You have to know the weaknesses of the learner and their point of view in understanding the concept. The difference between lesson study and our curriculum, especially on how we craft the lesson plan, is that our lesson plan comes from the DepEd National Office. No, we are guided with the competency. So dito natin i-extract sa competency on what are the things we are going to create a lesson plan for. Then we are guided with the things that we need to teach to our learners. And ana ang process sa DepEd. It is us who design the competency delivery with our lesson plans, and then we deliver it to our learners. Then after that, once we have delivered it, we assess the learners, we evaluate their learning outcomes, then we conduct intervention. The lesson study will try to answer in comparison to our pedagogy, how deep is our intervention. If we find the result of our assessment that the learners have low achievement rate, what did we do? Kanang ato ra pala siyang ipalagpas or i-intervene nato deeply so that there will be meaningful learning to the students. At in the end, we cannot really assure kung with our pedagogy, nakasabot ba dyan ang bata or na-achieve ba niya ang learning na dapat niya o na-deserve niya. So for lesson study, in Japan, it's not the government who will provide them the competency. It's not the government that gives them the sequence of what to teach, but it is studying the matter on how the learners behave, how the learners understand, and we are going to contextualize and localize our competencies and curriculum. That would be easy for the learners to understand. Ang target is not kanina curriculum ma-deliver nato sa bata in a specific time frame, but it is with this concept, how do the learners learn? Kung saan pagsabot sa bata. So the moment nga i-assess mo sila prior, kanang na-diagnostic test, then after that, you'll find out kung asa dapat poor ang bata, dito rin mo siya mag-part kung ano. Dito rin mag-part ang kulang sa iyahang learning. So, with that matter, kung ano mo siya og lesson plan, then imo na po i-teach ang subject. The product of this research is to create an effective lesson plan for the least learned competency in grade 8 science, which is Mendelian genetics. So if you are not a science teacher, you're welcome to share your opinion, to suggest for improvement, or learn from this method and apply this to your teaching. I ask you to be part of this because there are meaningful learnings from this research that we could take part to each other. Since you are involved in grade 8 and our target learner is the grade 8, we will be having more understanding sa ilahang mga behavior and how the way they learn mas ma-effective ang atong method. So what is lesson study? Okay. The process of lesson study is just very simple now. From the point of view of constructivism, lesson study is the heart of the pedagogy, and the teacher is involved, and the content knowledge that we are going to provide. So, moara na ang atong target. How the teacher delivers the content. Then, thus the delivery provides good impact and meaningful learning to the student. And what are the teacher's perspective? So, kamo, the teachers, kung sa inyong perspective, the moment nga nag-observe mo sa bata on how the process goes on. Asa atong mga part, mas nakalearn ng bata. Kamo tanan mag-observe sa klase. Would that be okay? Observe ta sa klase at pagsadyan kung isa sa bata pag-answer, isa sa bata pag-behave. It's either you will be there to watch over, or you will take video tapos atong i-analyze together how the learners behave. This is for our professional development also. From participating in this research, you will take your share, and then also you will learn more about how to become an effective teacher. Okay, the process. So this is the process. The first one is that you are going to study the behavior of the learner. You are going to study the content that you are going to deliver. Then we are going to create a plan on how to teach this particular lesson, and then this lesson plan will be delivered to the learner, and then we are going to observe the reaction of the learner. Then after that, we are going to reflect on the lesson plan and how does it transpire to the class. What are the part of the lesson plan that didn't siya effective? It has to be removed. Which part of the lesson plan nga it creates commotion or misconception to the learners, and learners find difficulties, then it has to be removed from the plan. So we are going to reflect on the lesson plan, and our lesson plan nga, is my lesson plan effective or not? Maybe there is something wrong with my lesson plan. And then we are going to revise the lesson plan. Which part of the lesson plan is not effective? Once it is revised, it will be reteach, but to the other set of learners. It's the other set of learners na po. Then, with that lesson plan, the lesson plan will be delivered. Then, sabihin na po nato kung how does it transpire in the classroom. Then the process repeats on and on. So with this process, we will be able to create a lesson plan that would be effective for the learner to use and for the next generation in this community. Since this community has mostly the same kind of learner because they belong to the same geographic location, and then probably they were coming from the same environment. Okay, how to do the lesson study? Okay, there will be 3 lesson study assessment, and the participants, you will be answering this question on how deep you understand the concept. Okay, what is lesson study? How is it being done? What do I expect to learn? And how I will benefit from this as a participant, and then why I should do this. So these are the things that we are going to reflect. Then, on the lesson study process, what I need to do in every phase, what is the research lesson, and what is the research focus, and what are the objectives of the research lessons, and what are the factors that affects the research focus. What would be the best strategy I am going to use to make the research lesson easy to understand? And what are the best practices in the classroom that I may use to make a good lesson plan? And who are the participants? How do I think these students will learn and how this day should be done? So, the essential points, you're going to take note the things that you wanted to know in the lesson study process. So, before we proceed, gusto ko makadungog upang we can say more things na di
Magaling makaserious.
Si Ma'am Gwen
Si Maria.
will be part of this guy. She will be observing the class as the school head. So, during the time nga ako na siyang i-klase, supposedly the teacher will be Ma'am Lovely. She was the grade 8 teacher. I will be making the lesson plan. The lesson plan is, the competency to use is Mendelian genetics. And since Mendelian genetics is one of the most difficult subject to learn among grade 8 learners, even from the past, then we will make it easy for the learners to understand. So, if ever makakapit tayo lesson plan, then Ma'am Lovely will be using that plan in teaching. Okay na sad, kay Ma'am Lovely, it would be difficult for her, I will be teaching the lesson plan, then Ma'am Lovely will teach the plan to the second cycle. Okay, the impact would be, I am not the grade 8 teacher, Ma'am Lovely is the grade 8 teacher. The learners might have itong mga difficult feeling or kanang rapport na mo sa bata might be different because they are not used to me as their science teacher. So, my study involves Ma'am Lovely as the teacher. How would she deliver the plan on the first cycle and the second cycle? And then Ma'am Jody as the science teacher will be there with me observing the lesson if it is accurate and how the learners respond to it because we'll be making the best lesson plan in Mendelian genetics. That would be beneficial not only for the school but for the entire Luzon del Norte and even for Caraga region. Ma'am Gwen's role for that is she will be observing Ma'am Lovely for star observation, situation task, and then I would ask also Ma'am Gwen to observe if sakto ba ang flow sa lesson plan. At the same time, we will be discussing once again together with the advisor. Because we will be discussing if what transpired is accurate based on our observation. Ikaw mo sa pangutana.
Okay, nag-buster. So,
We are recorded.
Bisaya.
Oh, pwede na ma'am.
Okay, ganun. What if ma'am nakita ni mo
Please stand up ma'am.
Ang about kung nakita nimo ang problem sa bata is ang iyahang weakness is reading comprehension about sa subject, especially kay science na siya, so ang iyang medium is English. Then kung makita nato ang weakness ma'am, na-revise nimo, i-reteach nimo, pero what if come up lang gihapon siya sa same na problem which is reading comprehension. Kanang kung saan siya mag-reteach na po siya o balik. Kaya dili man gid maging effective man siguro ang usa ka buan, ang usa ka learning process sa usa ka bata kung wala siya reading comprehension. Wala yung
Okay, that's a very good point, Ma'am Maruna. Salamat. That is the purpose of the lesson study. We will find out what's wrong with our learner. If ma-find out na nato kung unsa ang mali sa atong learner, we will find a lesson, or we will create a lesson plan na ma-enhance nato ang ilang achievement level, na ma-target nato ang ilang weak points. Hindi siya kasabot ani or ang iyang reading comprehension. Probably, basic agto siya sa mga abstract na mga kuan kanang design sa answer sheets or activity sheets. Like kanang bitang kami mga bata nga kabasa pero with the picture dali niya masabtan. Especially kay Mendelian genetics is more on phenotypes. When you say phenotypes, it's the characteristics, it's the physical attributes of a thing or of the genes nga imong i-show. So, kung ang bata dili siya kasabot kay poor siya sa kanaang reading comprehension, basin sa visual sa katong mga graphics, mas makasabot siya. May bawaan na ito diha, murmur during the first cycle. Then we'll convene again, we'll find out what's wrong. Sa reading comprehension, balik siya, wala nakasabot? Or basin sa kanang learning environment? Or basin sa kanang iyang feeling na naa siya crush sa sulod, intimidated siya, or basin mahadlok siya kay ibuli siya, we will find out from the observation of the lesson.
Or maybe there are prejudices
Yes.
towards the subject or even towards the teacher. So these might affect the learning of the students.
Sige, basta na pa may mga pangutana kalibog before na pa humanon. Ma'am ako, you might be wondering, anong na ako din? Oh, yes ma'am. You are, Ma'am Apple is the Filipino teacher. We will find out if atong i-translate og Bisaya or Filipino, mas masabtan ba sa bata ang iyahang ang concept, di ba? There is scientific concept that is difficult to interpret. Kung i-translate nato, basta translation making is an effective way for our learners to improve their achievement level. So that is why si Ma'am Apple will be there because Ma'am Apple will also tell us kung atong translation insakto ba? Diba? No? Sige, Sir Jan, nakaka-comment. Kasi mga top-words, mga kalibog, kung sana siya.
Nansin, wala ilipot.
Hanap ka rin.
Hindi ulit ipang yan.
Ito ay ang thankful that you have participated. If pabali na akong mga kinubuhi, no, you will be needing my help. I will be there for you. Kaya hindi ka bayaran ang inyong pagtambol.
Pag muna po.
Hindi na akong mabayaran. So, exam ka at pinasaan. So, what's up? What's up pa yung makalibog? Masaya ka na, nabatay ka na gusto ipangutan na, nasabtan ba na ito atong role as focus group discussion? Lesson study, ma'am. Lesson study. Yes, tama na. Kaya valid na siya nga pangutana. Because maybe ang teacher po wala na kahibalo sa iyang
Naduhan na po
task,
yung kabuk.
wala sa kabalo sa iyang
Uy,
role, it
dyan, dyan.
might affect
Pag-out
the
ko, ipag-
procedure of the
Uy, nandito na
study.
ako.
Yes, ma'am. Lesson study
Yan,
is you're
yan.
going to observe how the learners respond to the lesson plan. Then, we are going to revise the
Basa,
lesson
load.
plan,
Agto sa smart.
finding out which is
Agto sa
imperfect
Giga Live.
and which are not
Agto sa
a
smart.
good pedagogical approach.
Agto sa smart. Basa load. Ayun. Ina imong dali ka.
Okay. Participating
Smart.
in this study will
Basa
help
load.
all of us to find better understanding on how our learners behave and how our learners learn. Mas may meaningful na mga teacher kung makasabot ta sa ginaiya sa bata. Wala lang tanag hatag na hinugasan plan, nag-pass, nag-klase, nag-exam. Then, another lesson about, kay, according to Sir Saseda, diagnosing and not treating is a crime. You find out that there is something wrong and then you neglect to treat that one, it would be a cancer to our society. And that is one of the crime teacher does. Anak mo, teacher thing.
Teachers do, or
Teachers
teachers act,
do.
or a teacher does.
A teacher does, no? Kung na-diagnose na itong mamuniyang problem, then pasagdan na nato.
So that is why we always settle or clear things and
Kuan man basta kung na-learn sa mga lessons without it every time na kuan ito ang mga bata mura din sila dili kay sila dito sa mga sa mga written ng mga works.
Okay.
They were in kuan kanang learning by doing. Kanang ma-perform pa sila ba? Kanang sa mga
In groups, ang sa
okay pa lang kuan ma'am sa collaborative nga na mas makuan sila perform sila kung nakita ko na to og kanang sa ganyan siya kuan ganyan. Learning by doing works.
Okay. So, tanan info sa inyo i-share
sila
karon.
ma'am.
Anong info sa inyo i-share karon? Bibigyan na inyo ang mga best practices. Ato na siyang i-incorporate sa lesson plan. So, Ma'am Marian said niya, learners love learning by doing. And then Ma'am Kimberly said, they love competition. So, ato na siyang i-integrate sa atong lesson plan. Pero kaya mo ang mga best practices mo natin initial observation. Then after that, we will find out kung kana nga pamaagi, ato gyapon mali. Kung kana, na ato lang i-diagnose na nato ba din pagkaman i-try nato assess sila achievement. Naghihimo naman ni namo learning by doing. Hihimo po din namo competitive. Ano gamay na gapo na lang score. Maybe makita na ito nga, asan yung bigli na part sa lesson? With us all together observing, anay mga factor na makita nako nga wala ni nakita or mas daghan ang factor nga nakita ninyo nga diri mali kag sini. Kung magtinabangay tayo, makita nato kung unsa ang mali sa klase, we will be learning a lot and we could help learners to learn better. Sige ma'am, I will take into account ang inyong mga suggestion. Unsa pa John, mga best practices na pwede nato gamiton para mas ma-effective ang
Dapat natin siya reward.
reward. Okay, reward system. Ada i-consider. Ma'am Apple.
Para po sa umagay ka ng sa imong panimami lalo na katulad yun ilang reading comprehension na kaya mag-isugit sila pagsabot sa subject matter.
Sila ganang mga hotspots gusto silang beautiful
Sila pinagkatungong na pinto-pinto.
Kung silang ay,
Uy, kahibalo mo ang mga naagid bet diri no kay dili ganahan sa multiple choice.
identification ma'am.
Gusto nila og kanang katugod sila ang mag-identify og mag-enumerate sila ana. Mo lang gusto.
Grupo na lang ang katong sa reading, di katong mga medyo
Kabata ka naman.
Identification
Tama.
ng choices.
Nice suggestion, ma'am. So there will be varied
Sisiw naman
activities.
sa uban, ma'am, or sisiw ay
Masinit
hindi
ang
kay
data
or
ni
bukto pero uban kay lisod ni para sa
Bitaw
ako.
ma.
Ya ang uban kay o sisiw na ni sa
Letter
ako.
bali, apply na ito multiple intelligence approach. Thank you, mga boss.
Tapos na po yung
Pero sa ato man gud karon kay gina-impose ba nga dapat ang atong mga assessment is multiple choice.
So wala tayong problema sa assessment.
Kung
Dito
sila
ka
may-
sa kanaang process sa pag-deliver sa lesson.
Kuan ma'am, kanang what I have observed ma'am no, kanang from my students, especially the lower years ma'am. Kuan ma'am, they learn more when they are being spoon-fed. Kana ma'am, guilty ko ana, yeah ma'am, guilty ko ana ma'am.
So, fed mo sa ila what they need to learn. Okay, sige. So, pwede nato gamitan o kanang screen time, kanang PowerPoint presentation na muna ang learning. Sige, ma'am. Masa pa dyan, ma'am? Ma'am, meron Luna?
kuan ma'am, dili gid balik iyan no sa ato ang kuan ma'am kanang learning process is mabalik sa traditional.
Meaning, what type of traditional na
Discussion.
practice?
Lagi mo siya, ma'am.
Kanang
Teacher,
reading
ano siya,
teacher-centered.
Teacher-centered.
Isa kasabot
Oh, yes. Kaya ang target magod sa atong government karon ma'am is kanang mga hot solo kanang gusto kita to i-impose nga ang bata is 21st century skill.
Standard ma'am.
Facilitation,
Yes.
dagiti.
What happens is we thought it was the best for our learners. But with the lesson study, we found out that our learners don't learn in this method.
Traditional beto sa una ma'am no, pero ngalong ang mga bata kay learn.
Yes, ikaw ma'am.
Ating
Ating
manong
sige,
corporal
portal ng
punishment.
Siguro ma'am na siguro yung epekto ng kanang kuan ma'am no nga kanabitaw no child left behind. Kana.
Nga kanang 100% na promotion rate.
Oo, kana.
Okay.
Dili siya effective actually.
Dili siya
Kabalo, inside component, anak,
din sa mga
Gloria makapagalaro yun.
Do not forget that we are recording.
You can actually actually carry it.
Carried up.
Kanang kay balo mo no, ang mas dili ta mas daghan tag memory about our lessons sa una, unlike sa mga students karon nga. No?
Wala na effort ng mga bata.
Actually, while during our discussion, na-achieve na nato ang focus sa lesson study. That is, you were telling us now na this is what the government is
Wrong.
letting us do. And then we found out that the learners don't learn by this method. Then we have to listen to our learner. This time, kanang pangitaon nato ang kanang itang thought nga we are teachers. Dili nato ihubos sa ila o fed ang mga butang nga dili nila kaya i-digest. Let's find out which part of them that craves for this learning. Sa ila ta mangita ug unsay gusto nila ma-learn.
Kuan sa siya man sige, for me lang in my own opinion. Kana bitang gusto ka mag-focus sa imong lesson ba kaya imong i-aim lagi na imong din for mga bata. Dabi karon kasi teacher daghang kay buhaton. Daghang kay tawag sa gawas nga
Para sa imong sitwasyon. Para sa imong sitwasyon.
Daghang kay kuan ay instruction ay instead nga maghatag ka ng activity karon o tawag kay naikuan ako nasad. Para kanang ikaw ako mag-guilty mo kuan na mamsinin sa kaya i-admit jud ako na kay nga naman dili ko maka-focus ay kay nagdagan kayo og mga extra curricular teacher. Sa tinuod lang mo lang hindi ako lang siguro ko effective ang mga
Yes. Actually, Ma'am yan. Kuha na siya yan.
No? Sabang
Now, si Ma'am Gwen siguro makarelate. Being in the institution for almost many years, we went through the same kana ang feelings,
Same sentiments.
same sentiments. That is great. Mo ni siya ang lesson study, di ba? Ano na ni? This report will be submitted to Kuan. Kay Ma'am Jane, that it will also be submitted to PNU Mindanao. Then, ano na siya sa kanaang Tibok Pilipinas makita.
lagi
Makita na nila. And then the curriculum developer,
Okay,
that is why math teacher is also here because you will be observing how the class understand ang mga functions and then mga expressions, no? Expressions mga variables in delivering our lesson because science is an integrative concept of language and technology and numeracy, no? Naana siya tanan kanang dili lang na siya you're going to focus on grammar, dili lang. Part ang English sa pagtudlo og science, part ang math sa pagtudlo og science, part ang art teacher sa pagtudlo og science, part ang language teacher sa pagtudlo og science because science encompasses all disciplines. That is why kanang science ang i-target sa lesson study. Science na subject ako i-target sa lesson study. So, thank you Ma'am Wina. With the lesson study, kung halimbawa no, those who are under PNU, mga ano sila, mga lesson developer, wala sila kasagaran. So, my advisor asked me to take video on the lesson study because they will be using this content also for further study. So, thank you for sharing your ideas. Ma'am Gwen,
So where are we now?
so what can you suggest to us as an expert in this field? How are we going to deal with this process? What do we get from lesson study?
Actually, your lesson, the way how you prepare your lessons would ultimately spell the success, no? Collaboratively, be it individual, in groups, whatever. So, it is a matter of how you construct your kanang lessons. So, that study of yours is very much of good timing siya for us to improve and to be better na mga teachers, no, and educators. Kaya, again, everything that you do in the classroom would reflect sa whole success sa execution sa mga bata. So, if you are not that good in dealing with your lessons, how you prepare them, then it will also reflect on some kind of achievement na declaring.
Okay na. Balik na ta.
Okay, Valyas are back.
Valyar,
So,
Valyar ka.
with what Ma'am Gwen said a while ago, in the crafting of your lesson plan, please know that you are not alone. And it is better that we will work it together because we will be learning from one another.
Yes.
Ayun, mamunta nga. Sa atong pagka-8 of lesson plan, we thought nga, sakto na to siya, basta lang ka nakapass. No, wala na to ano ba, heart to heart, pag-see through kung tama ba niya atong buhat. So, with focus group discussion, with giving each other a chance to learn and to have ideas from others, well, we can make a better lesson plan. Kaya ba, kabalo to ba nga, being alone is not enough, but with together, makalearn ka sa atong usap-usap. That is the heart of the lesson study also. We will be participating in a discussion to make a good lesson plan or a better lesson plan. Sige, thank you, Ma'am Gwen. Jody, nakay ka ko ang share.
Say for example, in your class, no? Sa ito ng grade 9 ni Sir John. You're already effective, no, sa imong teaching. What about your students or your learners? Enough na ba imong nahatag sa ila, like the way you prepare your lesson and everything, mga imong i-prepare for that?
What do you think would be po add to this discussion? Could be beneficial sa pag-create na sa
Or something that would also help us ba? Craft better naman ako.
Bisa-usap pa ning kamot dito na ko explain hatag ko idea sa bata. Naay bata na lisod gyud mo sabot. Mga di siya kasabot. Bisa nagbalik-balik na kagikapoy na
There's
kadiscuss.
something, there's nothing wrong with you, it's that one at this time.
So the learners also will be answering the the survey kung what are the difficulties they encounter during the
Wala
lesson
sir,
process.
Are you
Di ang
sure?
factor gid siguro ana no kana laging spiral lagi ma'am. What if let us go back to the basics? Ingana ba para makasugod jud ang bata ba?
Ano ba sa kwan pa lang siguro kung sa elementary pa lang di ko gid sila. Di ba kung kay magiuban nga bisag ngayon siya utog di ba kabasa di ko kasabot usahay.
Di, ibalik lang ito sa una nga, ang science sa first year, science and technology, lagi siya. Second year, biology lang. Third year, chemistry. Na-focus. Same sa araling panlipunan. Ang first year, katong history. No, kasaysayan na to sa Pilipinas.
Same sa no, same sa AP. Natawanan kaayo kay ang mga tao gusto mag-clamor sila og nationalism. Itudlo nila sa elementary. Lahi rabiya of thinking ang elementary kung ikag nationalism kung itudlo mo siya sa higher years. Sa high school man wala naman din.
Nawa na ang national history o kanang Philippine history.
Nawa naman. Yes,
Uni-
nationalism. Ay, lisod po ang mga bata, mga practice of nationalism, mga high school. Nawa naman, so ikat naman ang kuan sa nationalism.
So you
Ibalik ang
are
course
one
na-
of me na there is something wrong with our education.
Curriculum gina to mismo, ma'am. Ang curriculum. Pareha gud sa inyo sa science, ma'am, nga nagsaksak sinagol. First grading, gipang kuwanta ng topic ba?
Maganda ko ta sa una ba, ang ano ba kung mga teacher, sige ba kung out sa klase?
Wala.
Wala.
Kanang sa mga daghay, lain-lain po.
Wala, ma'am, wala.
Wala man
Wala kayo.
Na-out out, or dili.
Meeting lagi na, ma'am. Meeting kasagaran ang reason.
So, tungkol na lagi mga contest. Na
So, it may be one of the reasons na low poor achievement ang bata ana is the factor na wala gid na deeper sa teacher ang content tungod kay
Magdali pod.
siya. Naglakaw siya, na siya lain buhaton. Wala siya nakapokus sa pag-deliver sa
Di pod, ma'am. Nagdali pod, ma'am. Nagdali sa topic tanan.
Content-based.
Oh, nagdali sa topic tanan. Dili sa kanang pag-learn sa bata kay sa una kay balik-balik mo sa maestra kung dili makasabot.
Itiwas mo din, pero correct na siya ang dance. Dili na dapat ang content-based. It doesn't matter kung mahuman mo dili ang imuhang tanang topics set a year. Understanding din, comprehension sa bata.
Kano sa nagi-correct ma'am nga maoro man gyapon nato sa tong MELCS.
In fact, dili na nato guys la encourage na mag-English gyud. Allowed na sila to talk in their mother tongue kay ang ila na para sila maka-share, maka-express. Pero wala sa journalism or nakadaog. Ito nagkabalo mo suwat.
Same sa ako Amar, wala pa na human.
Wala gid no nga sa tinud ano yung silin first kanang sa CJ gid i-follow nato ang kani ang quarter 1 dapat wala mo.
Mas
Dili
ganahan
gid
sa patong
mo.
sa UPD. Katong
Kay
understanding
ang
by
isa ka
design.
topic for
Mga ko man katong sa BEC, sa BEC ug sa RBEC.
Kaduhaon ba ni sa kato?
Same man po to sa math good sa una nga. Ang first year kanira algebraic expression, second year geometry, third year ina na biya sa math po sa una ma'am.
So, kung ano,
Na-focus ba?
I found out nga very complex ang problema nato sa achievement level. Very complex. Dati daghang factors na
Tan-awon ma'am.
So it is very right for us to do a lesson study. Maybe from us nagsugod ang idea nga kanang there is something wrong with our curriculum that we need to treat. That we need for us teachers kita dapat ang magsugod og kabaguhan. Labi na kay dili sa inyo nga rebellion ta ka nang kan baka na we don't know what happened to the field. Labi na katong nagdiling wala sa
Correct.
curriculum. So it's not coming from the top down to the ground. It
Dapat
should be coming
from the ground to the top.
going
Pero ma'am, actually ma'am, gina-check man gina nila ma'am, di ba na yung mga survey? Pero ang atong i-answer, kita nga naa sa field kay kanina lang kani atong ano sila kay aron dili mabalik sa atua. Mao man good, aron dili mabalik sa atua.
Perfect.
Yes, ma'am. O dili na to
Di
tinud.
ba unang mo as tinuod?
Balik na po.
I-return man.
Okay.
Oh, kung tinudo na to ma'am, ibalik ba ya?
Di ba din nga kanang what did you did? What did you
Kanang mo yung ba MPS nga MPS, bu man ni pasar, dapat ipapasar na.
Di ba that's the plan of our defense secretary next year in 2024 na all auxiliaries will be kanang taken out.
Ma'am, murag ganaghan man karon, daghan na may mga day noon.
Hindi actually matinood na siya sa 2024. Kadugay.
Naman lang.
Next year naman, ay, sige na ba ya? Paano auxiliaries? Igamay ang mga subjects.
Ma'am, kuan og ancillary pero daghay outing nato kay pang seminar. Wa gihapon.
Makuratan tataw.
So, very broad yun ang atong
Focus na kita sa tataw.
Broad yun atong problema kung ang atong isgutan is achievement level.
Yeah. Sa curriculum na lang ta.
But then again, kuhaan pa. Kanang kuhaan na lang ta kanang focus na lang ta from ourselves and our students. Dahil ta kada sa mga ginagmay na butang masulbad nato ang mga problema. So, say for example, no, we will create a team for science to study how the learners understand the concept. Then sa inyo nga po, kana ang subject, you are going to make a group discussion also. Kung usa sa bata pagsabot. So, with us sharing each other kung sa ito mga best practices na nakalearn ng bata would be meaningful. Kaysa sa magsigira taog, hinaway. Magsigira tag ka ng pangita sa problema. Ato na lang tagaan o solusyon. So, atong pangitaon kung asa ta nagkulang, nganong gibya.
Nganong gibiyaan ta?
Nganong nabagsak ay atong mga learner. Then we will share this one to everybody. Oh, this is the problem, but this is just one case, an isolated one. But when this will be done parallel to the different schools, we will find out siguro a solution to the existing problem. Not only in our school, but to the entire Philippines. Anyway, our country is just very small, no? Nga di kita madunigan. Isa pa, communication nowadays is very quick to spread. So, dali ka siguro mapaabot na to sa atong defense secretary. So, dyan ang atong problema basically. So, that is the reason why there is lesson study. This is what Japanese people did, and they find it so effective in their classrooms. They find it, the teaching learning process in Japan has been very notable all over the world for their success sa methodology nila. So, This is just a simple study. But maybe sa mga participants, we can find meaningful experience sa atong so this will be our task.
Bangi ko pinsa makapasa.
Wala na ba tayong pangutan mo? Sa task?
Ayan na. Ito ka sa smart. Smart ba ka ito giga-live sa
So
una?
we'll be making minutes for that.
Ito ka sa smart. Giga-live sa una.
Card ka ni?
Ito giga-live sa una? Smart ba? Smart. Giga-live.
Ah,
ba yan? Huwag ka nag-download o giga-live? Ha?
The focus group
Ato,
will
sa
convene to
chat,
discuss the goals of the lesson studies.
Naamog ko na dili o. Kutsa ba? Napasa.
Setting goals. Then, planning a lesson, the lesson plan will be delivered into the first step is to
Ina ba? Nag-download ba sa giga-live?
observe. So, I will carry some mga suggestions kay Ina. The best
808 mo siguro. Send 808. Number ni mo niya. Amount niya. 808.
Lesson plan. Then we will agree with Ma'am Lovely.
Number ni mo ba? Hindi na siya.
With Ma'am Gwen also. Kung paano siya, obserbahan. Then, we will take videos of that. Then
Nangutkot
we will
yung
convene once again.
Imong sampot nga nag-video na advog kayo.
Then, it will be, the next step that we are going to do is, we will observe the lesson. So, during that time, doon naman mo yung mga klase, Ana, kung nawala mo yung klase, join us as we observe. So, si Ma'am Lovely o ako mag-decide kung we will finish the lesson. Then, revise na to. Then after that, we will create a new lesson plan. Klase na po nato sa bigas section. Then pakitaan na po nato kung out na itong lesson plan, kung na ba siya'y mali. Or ato na po siyang i-improve. Then ang atong product ani is an effective lesson plan. Who will be the writer? All that participates in this lesson will be the writer of this lesson plan. It's a collaborative effort. Yes, ma'am.
Kanang kung i-reteach na to siya ma'am sa lain na section ma'am, what if lahi ang weakness tayo sa lain na section, dito ba siya mag-group? Dapat siguro i-reteach siya sa same group ramang kailangan man itong weakness.
Kung ano man siya, ma'am, kung same group lang atong tagaan, na sila prior knowledge on the subject matter, posible nga mudako na ang ilahang achievement level. Diba? Dapat ang bata, wala siya prior knowledge about the topic. Anyway, improvement on the lesson plan man ang atong target. That is the reason why best ang atong eskwelahan para sa lesson study. Ano man, gamay ra ang bata. Ang bata belong to the same community category. Municipality of Carmen, adjacent lang nilang lugar, may pare-pareha o ka na bitang living means and mga nagparenti sila tapos Mendelian genetics maka-connect sila sa usan. So, lesson plan sa cycle 1, i-treat siya dali nga mga bata. Wala pa sila prior knowledge. So, pag nakita na ito mga hindi siya effective na makuan na ang part, i-change na to. Let's find out kung sa other section may
I-change daan.
Change daan.
Before siya i-teach dito sa
I-teach sa second. Nga dapat, ang mga pagkakamali natin diri sa una, muna natin gawin sa pangalawa para maging successful yung ating plan. So, kung naako tayo nakita diri nga, mangyapon ni, dili gyapon siya effective. Remove that one. Then the final output should be a tested plan, a test na nga plan from 2 separate participants. Okay. So the target na to, how the learners behave during the lesson. What makes it difficult for them to achieve higher? Yung ka-remember na, it's really difficult to do. So we will find out yung mga activities na lesson reading from more graphics kasi mas maka-lesson. So mag-matter din ang lesson plan. So mga lesson plan ninyo, ano mga best practices ninyo, listeners. Masa to, Sir John? Kasi na ko yung answer. Kung saan tayo mo, Sir John?
Okay, kaya kung
Sige, ma'am.
applicable ka na siya kung ay, wala ano ka na cross section, section.
Okay. So, we already talks about it. Kay, okay man siya. I-identify din na to. Pero naalagay po tayo nga po ng idea nga they might feel bad.
Oh, yes.
Discriminated.
Wala man
Ayan.
issue sa discrimination sa una nga.
Oo, pero sa karon, that's the reason why sa K-12 na namugna. Mabitan na kung honors tanan, pareho ra with honors, it's alphabetical.
Pero ma'am, kasi daw.
Nagit siya pwede nga na naging ulamang. Para sa mag-treat everybody anyway.
Kanang sa kanya na bito imong honor.
Oo.
So, sa na Vietnam?
Ha? Wala ka na kadali ma'am kay. So, wala ka lang
May ganyo daw sila. Honor, kay
Kaya natatanong.
Wala na gina siya.
So, na ito ma'am?
Applicable ba siya sa
Ito ba?
Akat session. Okay. So,
Section
mo na siya, ipili na ko ang grade 8. Kay, ano sila, kasi tawag gali, alam ma'am, kaya pareho sila, o ka na, dili sa pat, basa na.
Ay, homogeneous.
Homogeneous?
Heterogeneous sila. So, meaning, kanang, dili na to concern how good they think. At the concern is with varied manners, varied attitude manners, how would they respond to them?
Uy, I don't know ha, yan pag relatable ba nila experience sa kanang magong section nito ba sa St. James na tabi LVI ka, St. James na po. Diba section bros, mo kina ang crack section. Pag alumni, gid siya ma'am. Naging ma-feel gid sa lower sections na they do not belong.
Ay,
Yes, kaya meron sila nga,
table ma'am.
ay, bisa pa i-join og table, mo ato sa beach yun.
Oh, lahi sila gid mo, lahi gid sila ma'am. Na feel po na nako.
Pinakaubos na section, mga mentally challenged sila. So, manang
Ma-feel gina po nako during alumni.
Oh, diba? Gets mo?
Nga kami ang nasa table, ang lower section usually kay nasa.
Oh, picture.
Yeah, mas feel po na to ang inclusivity.
Yeah.
If walay sectioning.
Correct. Inclusive naman ito tayo ng Judy. Inclusive education
learning
naman
siya.
na.
So, ang ating lesson plan should be inclusive. Good for all types of learners.
Same sa Miss Universe. Inclusivity.
Okay, we will proceed to the next. So, for us during the observations, muna siyang atong kailangan obserbahan. State your answer and describe the situation. What should be happening, no? Example of this question, what are the misconceptions and difficulties of the students about the lesson? So, describe that din ha. Ilang ko ba, kung sa day dapat ang so, natay observation naman, dapat bilhin na niya our response. At i-suggest sa day dapat ang itabuhat. Example ka na, ang teacher, giniglect na niya ang question sa bata. So, butang mo dito sulat niya. The teacher should have answered the question. Anak,
Hindi na siya
wala niya
mautawan.
ulit. Kung sa mga na-obserbahan nato, atong i-note kay para mahing effective po ang teacher. Okay, so this will be our task. So, para dili ma-disturb atong mga klase, I will be kanang recording the class. Tapos after that, you will continue and observe the class. Pwede na sad nako i-send sa inyo ha, at your comfort zone. Dito ninyo i-view din dito mga notes sa inyong mga observations. Okay ra ba? Kung ano na, nakupuputan sa inyo ano. Mabalas na ko sa sunod yung mga panahon. One time came na you need be awesome. Daghang salamat sa pag-join. See you soon and thank you for being part of this discussion.